Hello, I'm Bill Gaedke, Instructor Emeritus of Educational Studies, perhaps better known as Eastern's EDF 222 instructor. I'm here to give you a very brief introduction to the New Mexico Assessment of Teacher Basic Skills, better known as the Basic Skills Test. I'm going to cover 7 major points: a description of the test, purpose for the test scoring, the test in perspective of the requirements for admission to the teacher education program, when to take the test, access to the New Mexico Teacher Assessment's website, and some of the more important information included on the website. The New Mexico Assessment of Teacher Basic Skills consists of 100 selected response questions and 1 selected response assignment. The 3 broad areas of knowledge and skills assessed in this test are reading comprehension, written communication, and mathematics. The purpose of the Basic Skills Test is to help identify candidates for licensure who have demonstrated the level of knowledge and skills important to the job of an educator in New Mexico public schools. Your score on the 100 selected response questions is combined with your score on the 1 selected response assignment. The scoring range is 100 to 300. A test score of 240 is a passing score. Retakes for those who score below 240 are permitted, provided the entire application process with appropriate fees is repeated. The Basic Skills Test in perspective. Candidates for admission to the teacher education program will have a minimum of 240 on the Basic Skills Test, a minimum GPA of 2.8 on all coursework, completed at least 40 hours of general education, and completion of 40 hours of observations in area host schools from cooperating teachers. And the final, completion of EDF 222 with a C or better. When are you going to take the test? The Basic Skills Test is administered twice each in the fall and the spring semesters and once in the summer. 5 administrations annually. We recommend that the basic skills be taken no later than the semester in which you take EDF 222. Now, access to the NMTA website. Complete information about the New Mexico Basic Skills and Teacher Competency Assessments is accessed by going to www.nmta.nesinc.com. Information that you will find on the website includes test dates and test sites, the registration bulletin, general information about teacher assessments, what to do before you register, registering to test, what to bring the day of the test. More website information includes obtaining your test results, printing the registration bulletin and forms, test preparation worksheets, and a study guide. Be sure to follow your online instructions accurately, completely, and on time. If in doubt, or for further assistance, contact your EDF 222 instructor. And good luck. Now, some of the where can I test? When registering for the Basic Skills Test, refer to the table Test Sites. There are 8 test sites in New Mexico. The closest to Eastern New Mexico University are Clovis and Hobbs. You will indicate your first choice and your second choice on your registration form. Another question: what are the test fees and how do I pay? On the website, see Test Fees and Payment Policies. The non-refundable registration processing fee for all teacher assessment tests is $29. The Basic Skills Test fee is $52 for a total of $81. There are late and emergency registration fees of $31 and $52, so be early and avoid either of these fees. The fees for internet and telephone registration are payable by Visa or MasterCard only, or a debit or check card that carries Visa or MasterCard logo. If you register by U.S. mail, payment is made by cashier's check or money order. Personal checks are not accepted. A third question: are there alternative testing arrangements for disability? There are alternative testing arrangements for disabilities. Refer to registration for alternative testing arrangements at the website. This does include an alternate test date for religious reasons. And a final popular question: what do I bring to the test site? First, your admission ticket. Several sharpened number 2 pencils. No pencils are provided at the website, at the test site. One current government-issued identification bearing your photograph, and one other piece of identification. Acceptable identification includes photo-bearing driver's license, passports, and military IDs. Unacceptable forms of identification are student and employee ID cards, Social Security cards, draft classification cards, and credit cards.